Hello lovelies, Moon Priestess Lucy here. So I'm here with another comparison video because yeah, I think my trademark is comparison videos. So for my recent trip to the USA a couple of weeks ago, I actually got, drumroll, my first ever gifted tarot deck, or oracle deck for that matter, my first gifted deck. So many thanks to the lovely Christy. Many blessings come your way. This was something at some point I thought like it's never gonna happen. No one is gonna give me a tarot deck, but she did, and it's amazing. So it is, yes, the 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot. So here in Mexico, I have the original copy I purchased after falling in love with it, and I was always like, oh, I should trim it, maybe not, maybe yes, but I have to confess, I'm a mod virgin, so I've never ever modified any tarot deck. I'm always like, yes, I'm gonna do it, and then I chicken out. I have no objections against modification decks. I do think it's your tarot deck, it's paper, cardstock, it's your material, and you're free to modify it or do whatever you want with it. I'm definitely not part of the group that it's like, no, modifying tarot decks is sacrilege. That's not what I feel. I mean, I respect them. If you feel that way, it's okay. You do you, as I usually say, or as I like to say, you do you. But I think, yeah, modified decks, it's a great way to personalize and bond with your deck. Because I am part of that group. I am part of the group that believes bonding with your deck. It's important. So I'm gonna chat while I'll do the comparison. I don't know why. I don't think it's been that long since I recorded, or maybe it has. So I'm like in a chatty mode. Hope you like it. I'm just gonna flip through the cards. So first we have this card that was again, no. These decks come with 4 extra cards that, so remember, she started drawing, so you can see now the drawing number there. I hope my camera focuses faster this time. Maybe, you know, cameras and focus. So maybe if I stop moving, or if I, there we go, drawing number 1, and you will see now in drawing number 2 and blah blah blah. So actually, in preparation to trimming or not trimming this deck, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do my tech. So I recorded my walkthrough of this deck. It's actually in the order she painted it, and I love that because you can see the progression of the artist, how she evolved while painting the tarot, which I think it's unbelievably beautiful. But you do have these first 4 extra cards. So you have these, the 9 of Wands, 3 of Cups, the Star, and the 10 of Cups. So those initial 4, I actually gifted some of my original because some of my friends really liked those, and I'm actually not a fan of those. Well, even if I was a fan, I was not gonna use them, and they really like them, so I was like, hey, it's yours. So maybe, actually, now that I think about it, I gifted part of my original 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot, so maybe the universe was kind enough to send me a gift in return, which is lovely. Thank you, Christy. My first ever gifted tarot deck. I do hope it's not the only one, so universe, I'm open to more gifts, especially tarot and oracle decks. Just putting it out there, you know. As I was just chatting in Aniki's live, and I was like, well, ask and you shall receive. If we don't ask, how are we gonna receive it? So just the comparison here for you guys. Yeah. So I'm gonna again, no? Oh yes, the order. I did something a little different. So for the major arcana, we do have 1 to 21, but I put the Fool afterwards. And this is inspired because we were talking about the Fool and how a really wise man knows that he's a fool. And I think there is a saying, and we were talking about these sayings, no? Like the saying about like the more I know I know nothing, and then only a wise man only a wise man knows he's a fool, and only a fool believes he's a wise man. So talking about fools, and I think it's very, very appropriate to put the fool after the world, so you will see that. And then we're gonna do this in Mariel style. So I actually have aces and the twos and the threes and the fours and the blah 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 to the, it sounded like a song, like a rap song, right? And the aces and the twos and the anyhow. And then we will have the pages and the knights and the queens and the kings. I didn't go thought style, no, putting the knight at the end. Again, it's just the order. You do the order, whatever you want. I just wanted to mix it a little bit, since we always see like 1 to 10 and then the chords and then the next suit. I did keep the order of the book. So she has first wands for fire, right? Then she has cups for water. Then she has swords for air, and by the end she has pentacles and earth. So I did keep the order she has on the book. I'm talking about Lana Selner, the creator of this gorgeous tarot. That again, at the beginning I was like, no, not a deck for me. So this will actually be part of my anti-haul, right? At some point I was like, no, I've decided this is not a tarot deck for me. And then blah blah blah, Shane did a reading for me and I was hooked like that instantly. So while I'll talk, let's flip through it so you can actually see. Oh yeah, look. No, I don't want to comment much on this, but it's not gonna be a silent walkthrough. I'm an air sign. I need to talk, guys. There are many walkthroughs. I'm sure you can find flip throughs. What I'm doing here is so you can see how does it look once it's modified, how does it look before any modification. No, so you can see borders or borderless. No, in a sense that, oh, of course, yeah. So here we have, so for example here I put the lovely Christy modified, perfectly cut. She did an amazing job, guys. No, so of course it's gonna be smaller, and I actually love the smaller one because I have small hands. My hands are really small. Well, actually my fingers are really small. I think my hand is normal, or like this part is normal. Just my fingers are really small, which is like, I don't know. At this point, I'm not even worried about it. It's like, whatever. No one is perfect, you know? And even if you were actually perfect, that will be really imperfect because you will be the only one. Okay, never mind. I'm rambling. And I need to flip through the cards. So, yes. And actually, both shuffle. Actually, this one I can shuffle. This one I can sort of shuffle because it's too big for my hands. So you will see, so for example that one, which has a lot of white space, I actually love it modified. Again, I took a couple courses of tarot, and I actually love to take courses on tarot just to keep me updated, to meet new tarot people, especially here in Mexico, because most of you guys, lovely people, are like in the US, in the UK, in Australia, in New Zealand, all these English speaking countries. Some of us are like across over other parts of the world, right? But I don't know a lot of people in Mexico who do tarot. Especially, I mean, I do know a fair amount of tarot readers. I don't know a fair amount of tarot collectors. So I wish I could swap here, trade here, look at more tarot decks, but I only know like 1, maybe 2 other tarot collectors in Mexico City. I do know that we have, I'm gonna flip through these guys while I talk. We do have Hector in some other part of Mexico, which I'm not gonna say because maybe he don't want me to say that. And I think the other day I was lurking, so I'm not gonna even gonna say who it was, but I was lurking in one of the chats. I sometimes like to lurk, and I saw that one person, I'm even gonna say one person, so you won't know if it's a she or a he. One other person mentioned they were from Mexico, not Mexico City, Mexico, the country in general. So I know there is a few tarot collectors out there, but not from where is the people from Mexico City, or even no, I don't think shipping is gonna work, even if it's just inside. Well, maybe it could be better, no, because we're in the same country, so trading and all that should be fairly easier than sending something across other country. Okay, I'm gonna do a pause here because this is the card that I cannot get tired. Maybe you do get tired of me talking about it, but I don't get tired of talking about it. Sorry. This is gonna be a long video probably. I'll try my best to keep it under 3 minutes. So, but yeah, this card strength, oh, I love it. Love it. This make me fall in love with the deck. And if you pay a little close attention, you can see here in the back it's like her hair, her black hair, but also it's sort of like, it gives me different interpretations because of the light, but it could also be like sort of like a cage thing, wire thing behind her, or even a web thing behind her. So I love that. I think it's originally meant to be just her black hair, no, and then she is like inside these dragon face, or maybe it's like a shaman cover mask that you put. Anyhow, I really love it. So yeah, if anyone is watching, and yeah, again, I'm doing this in English, but English, I mean, is how, yeah, most of the world communicates, for good or bad. I actually like English a lot. I mean, it allows, mainly I love it, or I really like it because it allows me to chat with almost anyone around the world that also knows English, right? But I think, yeah, English probably is the most, even first or second language spoke around the world. Sorry, got a bit confused about the terms there with my verb tenses. You know what I mean, no? Pretty much, if you want to communicate with someone else that it's not living in your same, even the community, you can speak in English with them. So that's amazing. And I love it. So if you're watching this, even if it's in English, and you're in Mexico City and you're a tarot collector, please contact me. I would love to meet other tarot collectors in Mexico City, and maybe we can do trades, or we can just talk about decks in Spanish, or you can show me your collection, I can show you your collection. Again, we will meet at a public place, super safe. I'm not trying to be creepy or anything. I'm creepy and the devil, right? I'm really not trying. We'll go to the star. So this is all very well intentioned. I just want to, yeah, I want to communicate with more people that live in my city, which I'm actually, by the way, I'm thinking about moving away from the city. Yay me. But I mean, that's gonna take at least 3 to 6 months, at least. So in the meantime, I'm still here. I love Mexico City. Like, pretty much my nuclear family is here. I do have, oh, sorry, I moved this. I do have family in other parts of Mexico, and apparently I do have family in the States, which I don't really talk much to them. Guys, I'm really loving the trimmed version. Oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this, but yeah, so I was talking about tarot courses and how I like to meet other people. Ooh, look at that fool. So one of my tarot teachers, which is also my friend in one of these tarot courses, he actually teaches with his wife. He works with printers, or worked. I don't think they do that anymore. But they worked with printers, so they know about printing things and editing and edition and all that. And he's really into tarot for quite some time. He's really great teacher and a great person as well. That's why he's my friend, right? But he said to me, like, you know, a tarot needs borders because, like, all the energy it conveys and how you approach, the card and how you approach the meaning, it needs sort of to be like have a border just to let you work with it, which it's very respectable. It's his opinion, and I really appreciate it. Know that he likes borders, but I've been working with a lot of, well, maybe not a lot, but quite a few borderless decks. No, for example, Dream Keepers is borderless. Sorry, I'm trying to see what I have on hand here. Sasarai Vito is actually not borderless. So you can see it has a little tiny border. So I found that I like some borders, and I really like a thin black border. I really like it. So in a sense, this one, because it was edge, it actually has a thin black border, which I love. Which is not super intentional, but when you are edging, a little bit of it comes now through the side. So I really love that. Just like a thin black border. And everything else is just, I don't know, like why do you need this huge thing? I mean, it has the copyright, meh. It has a drawing order, which I think it was beneficial, no? But once I did the walkthrough on that, I don't need to be looking at which drawing number that is. Two of Swords. I love the Two of Swords, not this one in particular. Actually, I prefer her Two of Pentacles here. Lovely Two of Pentacles. Now we're going to the threes. So yes, I'm definitely, let me move it here so you can see more of it, sort of. Okay, sort of. So it's really, yeah, it's really appealing to me, the trimmed version and the size and everything. And it also, you know, because it has the lovely energy of Christy. No, she didn't connect with it. She didn't like it. And I don't feel like she's getting rid of it. So I feel like she's like, this is not working for me. I wanted to go to a good home with someone who will love it and use it. No, it's kind of like, I don't know what also has like energy like that. But let's say if you have, I don't know, a crystal, and you're not connecting to the crystal, but you really like the energy and you wanted someone who will work with the crystal, so you send it to someone who will love it. No? And it's not like you are disposing it, but it's like you are making a gift. So maybe even because of that, I'm actually really loving the trimmed version. Again, so she already trimmed it, she etched it. No, so she did all that. I'm loving it. I was like, can you do more of my mods, Christy? Yeah, some decks I do like the borders. Not a lot. I'm usually a borderless girl. But since I'm also a chicken in modifying, so I do have to be with most border decks. And I do like that creators are leaning sort of more into the borderless world. I think you can, the art pops more, you can enjoy it more. It's, you make like most use of the space in the card. But also people who work in edition and people who are graphic designers, people who are into art and all that kind of stuff, do understand borders, do understand the use of borders, the need for borders, and the benefits from them, you know, like all of the good things that come from the borders. Oh yes, I'm so like falling more in love with these guys. I didn't notice like the red hand before. No, this sort of giving and receiving with the Six of Pentacles. It's really amazing. This is why I also love to do my little comparison videos or walkthroughs where I ramble on. Because I'm talking to you guys, I'm looking at the cards. Hopefully you're also looking at the cards. You can mute this if you can. You only want to look at the cards and not listen to my crazy talk, right? But you also, it's almost like you are looking at the deck from a different angle. So if you don't have a channel or even don't want to do a channel, but I will definitely recommend do a video recording your deck in any sense, no? Maybe you want to do a spread, maybe you want to do a flip through, maybe you want to do some comparison on the cards, no? So right now I'm like, while I'm talking, no, we're comparing all the nines, no? So here we have 9 of Wands, 9 of Cups, 9 of Swords, and 9 of Pentacles. So this follows the Rider-Waite-Smith tradition, and you can see, you know, how it goes from the different meanings, how 9 can be leaning towards a positive or leaning towards a negative side. No, so for example, the 10s here, so 10 of Wands is not such a good thing, no, like burden, you can see like damage there. Then the 10 of Cups is like super good, happiness, no, like rainbows. And then you go to the 10 of Swords and it's bad again, no, for, again, this is from Rider-Waite-Smith perspective. And he's like, no, the 10 of Swords is like, like really bad. And you can see, you know, the swords piercing into the hands, into the person. But people who follow more the Marcel style don't really like that. No, and then the 10 of Pentacles, we go again, no, to a positive. Family, union, accomplishment, money, all that. So it's very interesting. And then we can see the court cards. No, maybe you want to do all the pages. I absolutely love koi fish. I love koi fish. No, like narwhals, koi fish. What also gets me every time? Horses, dolphins. No, but usually index, koi fish, and narwhals usually get me. But I resisted Children of Letha, and I resisted Carnival. No, actually I didn't resist Carnival at the end of the world. I think they did a poker thing, and you had an option to buy Carnival, and I think I did. This was when I was, again, search of, sort of in a better place, or just using my last part of savings, which I don't know if I shouldn't or should have. We'll see. I'm also trying to sell some decks, so, because, yeah, I don't connect with all of them. And again, someone said this better than I did. I think it was Katie. Yeah, she said, like, I don't want my decks collecting dust in the shelves. No, or wherever you keep them. No, then we go into the Knights. So I'd rather send them to someone who is gonna use them, love them, or appreciate them more than I am currently doing. So we're almost at the end, guys. The Queen. I really like her queens, except the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is not my style. But the Queen of Swords, I actually love it. Even if it's just a sort of like a face there in the sword, I absolutely love it. And her Queen of Pentacles is sort of like not entirely my style, but I do like it. It reminds me a little bit of the Star. And then we have the Kings. So the King of Wands, so. I really like the King of Cups. He's very, very abstract, but I love that. And then the King of Swords, he's like dark and mysterious. No, and our King of Pentacles, very serene, calm, in control. But in control, again, control can be good or bad, no? So I think he's just like in control, serene, owning and recognizing his power. So there you have it. I think it looks lovely trimmed. You make your choice. Sorry, the camera was moving, guys. Yeah, I probably went off angle there. There we go. At least at the end we can have a right angle. Yay me. Sorry, guys, I'm really, really excited. Maybe I'm a little bit... Yeah, maybe I haven't recorded in a while, so I'm very, very chatty. Apologies. So yeah, I kept it under 30 minutes because I did another recording of a tarot deck that I really like. So I think you'll see that before this one. I love it, the Wild Messengers, Alchemical Tarot. Little commercial there if you haven't watched that one. And I'm also preparing 2 decks for you. So one is gonna be hashtag Game Changer Decks. Wait for that, it's gonna be amazing. I just wanna be super ready for that one. I actually am doing some more research, mentioning some other channels who did something similar, sort of. And another hashtag that I'm preparing is like my firsts, which is gonna be like your first tarot deck, but also like your first trade, your first tarot gift. No, because this was my first gifted tarot, which is amazing. And I did have my first trade, which was I traded a Hello Kitty version. The trade was a little funny. I'll tell you more about it. But yeah, and I traded it for the White Sage Tarot in a Tin because US Games didn't have it on Amazon yet, and US Games only delivers to the US. Haha, US Games. Thank you for that. Unless it's through another seller like Amazon. US Games doesn't want to ship anywhere else in the world. Haha. Anyhow, so she got me that one, which I loved. I love White Sage. I probably use it, should show it more. Yeah, I'll do a comparison for that one because it's very like Marseille style, which I love. And then I also got my first, how should I call it? My first win tarot. So Shane did a lovely like trivia contest, and I ended up winning second place. So I chose a tarot deck, which is Familiars, the Familiars Tarot. So I haven't received that yet, but I mean, I can show you an image, no, or a couple images that I find. So it's really, really, really lovely. So yeah, that's gonna be another hashtag that I'm preparing for you guys. I do owe, because someone do want to see a comparison between Margaret Peterson and Thoth. So I'm preparing that one. And yeah, I have, well, looking on my list, I also have a lot of things that I want to record. I'm really looking forward also to do an anti-haul inspired by Lisa from Supportive Tarot. She's awesome, and I've been talking for a while about like, well, we should talk more about tarot decks we don't like, or we're not planning to acquire, or that we don't like or resonate with the artwork. So I love her anti-haul, and I'm preparing mine, my VR to that. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next. Let me know if you want to see more comparisons, if you want to see walkthroughs, flip-throughs. I'm usually not the flip-through kind of girl, but if you want to see some flip-throughs, I can sort of do that. I do recommend, if you like flip-throughs, watch Dark Star Tarot. Like, she has amazing flip-throughs, and she's not talking, she just shows you cards, and that's very lovely. But if you want like in-depth walkthroughs, Kelly from the Truth Story for sure. She has super long videos, talks through each card, gives you her perspective, like shuffles it, does a spreads, reads you a little bit about the guidebook if it comes with one. Lovely. So you have a lot of options, no? Like how you want to watch your tarot decks. But again, I recommend do your own video to see if you like it. There are like many channels popping up, and I think it's amazing. Sometimes we don't have enough time to watch them all. But as we say, the sun shines and rises for everyone. I don't think it's a competition in that sort of way. So because, for example, I may like one style and you may like another style. So you can watch whatever you want, whatever you prefer. So if you're watching this and if you like this, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, all that. And I'll say bye before this gets to 30. Mwah. Bye. Bye, lovelies.